That was pretty quick. Basically 2 ults and it's pretty much dead. Today we're gonna find out who is a better VV shredder in 2026. Will it be Kazuha or will it be Sucrose? We'll be testing on a Flins team today. I can see why Sucrose has a massive appeal currently. She is able to buff your entire team's elemental mastery, not just your main DPS. You can equip the TTDS and you can easily get those attack buffs by just swapping her in. Also, she has the massive buff that's VV. Outside that, you don't really need to build her much because really all she wants is to trigger that swirl reaction with E, and you have that massive buff going on. But the question is she better than Kazuha? This is not going to be an apples to apples comparison because I do have C2 Kazuha, which gives you 200 EM to the main DPS, not to the entire party, which in theory you'd think is much worse than Sucrose for a Lunar reaction team. My Kazuha is also using VV, but he also has the Freedom Sworn Sword. The big thing about Kazuha is he also gives you a lot of elemental damage. Let's get to find out who is better in 2026. We are starting off with the Kazuha team. Columbina going in with skill into the ult. Inefa into the skill, into the ult. And then Kazuha into the ult. And then Flins just going ham.
Close your eyes. Fear the dark.
That was pretty quick. Basically 2 ults and it's pretty much dead. Now let's test that out with a Sucrose team. Columbina skill, Columbina ult, Inefa skill, Inefa ult into Sucrose E, into Flins DPS, right?
Be silent. Do you fear the dark?
I feel like they were pretty similar performance. Honestly, from that quick showdown, I could not tell the difference between the teams. I'm gonna review the results and put the results on the screen right now. So I have reviewed the footage and Sucrose does come out on top. The Sucrose agenda is real, but I have to say the gap is smaller than you think. The numbers are on the screen and as you can see, the Sucrose team does slightly more damage, but in terms of clear times, at least for the burst DPS, the damage is not really big enough to get an additional clear time on the Mountain King. They both ended up being 14 seconds to clear, but here's the thing, I do have a C2 Kazuha, and if you have a C0 Kazuha, Sucrose is definitely better. So compared to the investment you have to do in the Kazuha, Sucrose, who is very free, you can easily get C6, readily available, and you don't have to build her much, and you can slap TTDS on her and she'll be fine. The Sucrose appeal is very high right now, but if you have a C2 Kazuha with the Freedom Sworn, there's really not much of a difference, so use whoever you like. Kazuha is superior in exploration though, as Sucrose don't have the exploration buffs that Kazuha does. But in 2026 Lunar meta, it does seem like Sucrose does come out on top above Kazuha, but that doesn't mean Kazuha is useless. The biggest upside is you now have Sucrose and Kazuha for different teams, and with the content calling for more teams, sometimes up to 3 teams, having both Kazuha and Sucrose that you can put on different teams is so good. It's so good in today's meta, especially in Stygian, right? Especially in Stygian. I hope the video helped, and add Astra applesauce.